yesterday to catch up with that fastball.
Got under that one to left field. And Conine puts it away to retire the side. After a half inning of play, we are scoreless. Noticed you're wearing a nice new watch today, Jimmy.
Yep, I got it on Maxwell Street. Tells time in Hong Kong and Paris, too.
Now, all watches do, Jimmy. Time's the same everywhere, except Canada, where they got that metric clock, I think. Steps in.
Hello, hello, hello. Is everybody there?
And that'll be a foul ball.
Okay, so I think I have some
And the pitcher's
actual
ahead 0-1.
sound confirmation here
Tough foul.
from
Oh, nice catch by
my
And she'll
end.
get to the crowd. Well, hello,
So
team.
welcome everybody to Sports Goofs Test. We haven't broadcasted in a long, long time. I think our last broadcast was a MLB simulation
No out to the
before
man.
the season was announced.
Castillo.
That's fine. We'll carry on from here, you know.
Air to right field.
We needed a break. I needed a break. I think all of us have
Castillo is on with a single. He's in
needed
there
a bit of a
safely.
break after so much wasn't happening in the world of sports, and then,
No outs, runners on first
well,
and
in the
second.
last month, a lot has happened. I
Zambrano
don't want to talk about it too much here. I'm going to save some of that for our 69th episode of Sports Goofs. I'm just here right now, just trying to
upper right side.
test this out, make sure
Just
the
one out.
broadcast
Now
runs
in second and
smoothly,
third.
make sure it runs at 60 FPS at 1080p, make sure my sounds, my mics are correct, making sure I can get the browsers up, making sure the score crawls are nice and updated.
Gets under it, center field.
It's a bit of work, but we've needed it. It's been a long time, and
Only one out,
I'm
runners at the corner.
it's nice getting back to it. So
Gets ready.
so we've got the video game running in the background. We've got a basketball game on the bottom right, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Houston
Ah, just a
Rockets. Rockets aren't doing us any favors so far in the first quarter against Milwaukee. And by us, I mean me and Charles. We're both Miami Heat fans.
under it, right field.
And Andrew's Orlando Magic. We'll see if they can
To widen the lead.
find a way
Just dropped
to...
the ball. Lowell heads for third. Fires to
Oh
second.
gosh, that was an awful play there from... well, whatever. This is MLB Slugfest, so it's pretty cool. Featuring the 2004 Florida Marlins roster, but a lot has happened over the month, and I've and not just in real life, a lot in the sports world as well,
Man,
and,
that was close, Jimmy.
and me individually too. Not something so serious, but you know what it is. You know what I mean.
Called strike.
But still working, still getting paid, and yes, even now we're still getting sponsors here. Disintegration available now for your PC, your Xbox One, your PS4. You can play for free this weekend, July 30th through August 2nd. So that means today is the last day that you can get it for free, or you could buy it right now and get 40% off.
In the lead.
So you don't have to deal with the full price. So try it out for a bit. I mean, here on the East Coast, we still got about a little less than 3 hours until midnight. I don't know when that thing ends, but I'm assuming West Coast time, midnight, so 3 a.m. on the East, unless they do the people in Hawaii and Alaska a few favors. But yeah, this is going to be just me testing this out. I'm trying it out. Let's see, Harden with the step back jumper way beyond the arc. He gets bumped for the foul there. And looks like we're going to commercials here. See a bit of McDonald's French fries there. And yes, that is the classic setup of the clamshell, cardboard clamshell design. And there's Lily from AT&T. And she's got the iPhone 11 right there. and so on and so forth. But we're just trying this out, making sure my mic levels by myself, I'm fine. The issue is when I have Charles and Andrew on the line. The issue is to make sure that my mic isn't overtaking their mics, where you can barely hear them over me. I like to keep us nice and even and make sure everybody can be heard. And that's why I added the new feature of our Facebook group chat, where we broadcast from, and you can see who's talking at the same time. So that was a nice addition that I wanted to do for quite a while, and I figured it out myself, although I'd like something a little more official looking, just like a lot of people on YouTube or Twitch have done. That's fine. We're here. I'm doing it. I'm doing a thing. So yeah, season 4. That's gonna be our next season. I mean, it's you know, the fact of the matter is, doing Sports Goofs. Look, me, Andrew, and Charles are in the legal field, so doing Sports Goofs is something that we do as a hobby, and it's something that we enjoy. And I think one of the great things about it is, slowly but surely, we chip away at our niches and start becoming part of those communities, even if they don't know about our Sports Goof stuff. I mean, Andrew is now a legit functioning media member of the college football world. He's covered the Orange Bowl, all right? He's covered the Orange Bowl, Conference USA Championship, basically an FIU beat writer. So he's done some great things already. I before this, of course, I did my stuff with the Florida Panthers, and I can still do that, and I think I will at some point. And the Panthers just frustrate me so. Man, I love them so much that it frustrates me. I want them to do so well, but they always find a way to disappoint me. And a lot of people here in South Florida, so. And the few who are beyond South Florida that cheer for them. But it is, as you can see, some teams that practiced here today in Orlando, Miami, Oklahoma City, Indiana, Philadelphia. All of them were at their practice courts in the wide world of sports out there in Disney. So outside of that bubble, things in Florida aren't looking that great. I've limited my outside time, that's for shizzle, and my nizzle. I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about now. I don't even know if anybody's watching this or listening to this, but I'm trying it out. I'm doing it. I might have to get the boys on too. So let's see if I can at least share this. Let me find our Twitch stream and see if I can get them to maybe chime in, pop in, what have you. Mixer's done. I could talk about that. Mixer's out, so one of our few, and actually one of the few outlets where we had a bit of a following, which was Mixer. And I think the sad thing about it is, well, not that an entire company had to go down and, you know, now it's Facebook Gaming, but Restream, the company that we use for our streaming purposes, which allows us to basically cast a wide net. And by wide, we mean wide. I know we're on YouTube. These are the platforms we're still on that haven't been shut down. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, which is Twitter, D Live, Vaughn Live. So that's what, 5. So Mixer's done. We're done with Mixer. That one's out. On Facebook,
Hit in the air to center field.
So that's 6. Facebook.
Here, plays it
We
off
got the
mound.
big boppers here. We got the big
Is
boppers.
on with a single.
Facebook.
And another run crosses the plate.
Gosh, what were the other ones? There's the foreign ones. VK and
Might not have much left in
OK.
the tank. The defense just can't
.ru.
get that
Those are
final out.
both Russian platforms that we're on. And we do pretty okay on those. In fact, that we do really well in Russia. So there's an appetite for North American sports in Russia,
Bottom of the second coming up.
especially because I mean, think about it.
Lead by 5.
I mean, basketball is growing globally, worldwide.
We have the local
So that's
chapter of
one.
the International
And then you have
and tomorrow the group's president will be
and
doing
okay, the game's gotten closer here between the Bucks and the Rockets. Here's Giannis. Oh, he's going for a 3, and he's just short of it. But once he locks that down, dear Lord, that's gonna be
Loops one
scary.
shallow right. And he puts it away.
And Russell Westbrook loses the ball there, and
One out,
Bucks
nobody
come
on base.
right back up the floor, and Giannis put back dunk there. So let's see if they can slow things down here as Russell Westbrook gets a nice 3 right there. Very good job.
Caught by the third baseman.
Makes up a bit for his mistake there. Where was I? Oh yeah, so yeah, Mixer, Facebook, all that stuff we're on, and yeah, it's a bit of a wow, dear Lord, the Rays just exploded with runs, didn't they?
Hit on the line.
You know,
They'll play it first. And
so yeah, VKOK.RU. We have a North Korean. Well, it's basically South Korean. It's definitely not going to be in North Korea. We have our South Korean platform, which is called Africa TV,
there was some serious
and we get numbers there too.
This
That's
pitcher
fine.
better watch out.
That's
He's gonna
fine
set
as,
off some smoke detectors.
Looks
You know what? I
like
hate smoke detectors.
Russell
That
Westbrook
wakes you up at night.
breaks through the defense there.
Baldelli.
Goes all the way for the layup.
And Castillo has himself
Tie
a
game.
That's
base hit.
nice. Now you can talk to
Um,
the first baseman, see how things are going.
Where was I? Man, I'm all over the place, but that's fine. This is a practice run for me too.
Zambrano. Now
Baseball's back. Everybody's kind of trying to get back into the swing of things. I know a lot of radio people are kind of happy, or are not kind of happy. They are happy that sports is back, albeit we don't know how long. So we'll have to appreciate it for what it is right now. Although I think the NBA and the NHL will complete the seasons. I feel like Major League Baseball, come hell or high water, they're going to finish it off as well.
hit sharply.
Judging by how they're handling the Marlins situation.
Here comes in to score.
And I don't want to go too deep into that either.
Crosses the plate.
There's just so much for our next episode, episode 69. That one's going to be... I'm very excited. That one's going to be so exciting, very good. Charles has been looking forward to it for quite a while. We were supposed to come back last week, but I got caught up with work. But this is fine. Now things are a little more calmed down for me at work. It will pick up at some point, but
Lead by 3.
and I hope it does because I need it to pick it up. To pick up.
Nothing like fresh northern pike.
You know, I caught that fish back
And
in
hold on, let me
1987. I
text
found
something
him
to the
cleaning
guys.
out the freezer. He swallowed my favorite lure.
Is that what your wife was choking on? Cruz steps in.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I got the lure back. She coughed it up.
Got him with the two-seamer there.
That was a beautiful swing, Tim. I mean, you put the bat on the ball with that swing, you got yourself a hit.
Releases. And it's hit hard right back up the middle. Guns it to first. And Cruz reaches base safely. Zambrano,
so
1 for 1 on the day. A run-scoring single in his last attempt.
Where was I? Oh yeah. Well, I was naming the different platforms that we had. So, Africa TV, and then
And they turn the double play.
FC2,
With flawless execution,
Japanese
they turned
platform.
a double play.
And it also gives us really,
Nobody on base.
really decent numbers as well. So Japanese do a great job with that as well. I'm trying to break into a Chinese market, or Taiwanese actually. I don't know if I can get into China, but or someplace else from Europe. Not sure what other European platforms there are for videos. I would assume YouTube is just it, but I don't know. I mean, Africa and all those other things, they're running smoothly as well. So, not sure if there are more like them. Although I haven't seen them on Restream. There are some platforms on Restream that we've signed up for, but they either don't work or I have to jump through some hoops in order to get onto the platforms, and some of them are international hoops that have to, like, I basically have to prove that I live there and have a phone number from that area. So that's not going to work out for us because we're in the United States, and it just won't work. It just won't work. But that's fine. We've got all of the big boppers, as I said. So
Man, he wanted to crush that thing like a thing he'd want to crush.
this looks a pretty exciting game between the Rays and the Marlins here.
This one has a chance. See you later. That's a home run. And Choi pulls his team within one. Slam-a-lama ding gone. That ball just went bop shoo out.
See, you can throw all that fancy nonsense you want. A real hitter's gonna get you no matter what.
There.
Hey, do you think if God played baseball, you think he could hit a homer every time, or would he mix it up just a little bit? You know, hit for the cycle and stuff.
Well, you know, some great hitters take a bad rap for just hitting homers all the time, so I think God would probably like to lead the league in triples too, maybe. No out, base is empty. Gonzalez gets ready. Fly ball, right field. He could have extra bases.
Let me head back here.
No outs, man on second.
All right, so
And he lifts this one to right
I'm
field.
sitting back now. My mic's pretty far from my
Puts it
mouth
away.
at this point, but this is just a relaxed broadcast. I'm not trying to sound professional
One for
here.
two to this point.
No sound panels. I got all my fans on, so that might even be coming through as well. And that's a good point. For this is why we do these tests. I might have to. I'll check the sound for today, but if the mic, if the fans are coming through the mic, then I will have to turn them off during the broadcast. Luckily, it's at 7, so it shouldn't be too hot. Kid Rasco, 5 stars. Thank you right there, dude. Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna get back to this. Yeah, I think the mic was a little far from me, even though I think I can put it up on the what was it? On the freaking settings here on OBS. So this is a little closer now to my face. I'm spittling coronavirus all over it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if I ever had it. I'm not even sure, to be honest. I have to get tested. So that's the thing that's gonna happen. That's some real life hitting you right there. And I'll probably get a test this week. Man, I don't think I had it, but my sister, who's a doctor, is like, she thinks I might have had it because I got sick at some point earlier this year, but it didn't feel like what people were describing. But she's like, it might have been, and you just felt it differently than everybody else. Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine. You know, if I can donate blood or whatever, that'd be cool if I could do that. You know, I've always wanted to do that. I think there's like this dude, and I think what was it? There's this dude. I saw it on. like top tens, one of those channels on YouTube. I've been watching his stuff a lot. That dude, I don't know what the British guy's name's like, what's his name is, but I just like listening to him, and he just talks about like different things. Like I started hearing about, you know, serial killers and all that stuff. Like, oh, okay. But then he's, you know, that's interesting the way he describes it. And then like historical stuff. Like there's this tribe in the Indian Ocean that lives on an island that hasn't been that nobody goes to because they want to leave that tribe alone because they're basically living the same. I'm sure, as if they were living like human beings the way we lived thousands of years ago before when we were hunter-gatherers and all that stuff. Like that's pretty cool. That type of stuff is pretty cool. I have no idea where I'm going with this, but I'm just rambling on now because I need to check this after I'm done, and I can't listen to this and check at the same time. But thanks, Kid Rasco, for popping in and giving it a listen. That's for sure. And yeah, no, it's legit appreciated here. So we got episode 69 coming up, and it's our nicest episode. I'm trying to get ready for it. Charles is really ready for it. He's got the pessimism meter on high right now. He's gonna be so cynical, and I'm sure he's got a lot of great quips, especially about wrestling. Like I don't follow wrestling, I don't, but Charles keeps me up on it, and he loves it. Like he just loves it. I honestly hope that there's like an opportunity somewhere, like a bigger website or what have you, that's auditioning for people, because I would basically cut up videos of Charles's wrestling segments and send it to them and say, you got to hire this guy. He's funny, he speaks well, he's talented. And no, I got the score crawls up there: hockey, basketball, and baseball. Only 3 North American sports going on right now. So it's been a while since we had those up. I almost can't believe it that we're here, even though it's still not completely normal, as you can see by that basketball game in the bottom right corner, but it's at least semi-normal, and I can feel things again about sports, even though sports doesn't matter for a lot of people, but at the same time it kind of matters, you know? At the same time, there's inspiration, there's things, I mean, sometimes sports gets people through their everyday lives and through tragedies and stuff like that. It's just the way it is. So, you know. Oh wow, I didn't notice the Rockets just took a 10-point lead here. Oh, that's a nice pass by Westbrook there, man. A pass by his car dealership out in L.A. And sure, kid, I'll pop back in when I look at the broadcast again on YouTube, since it saves the chat, so I can just click on your profile picture. And at least we're getting some sponsorship money down there. Disintegration. What is that? Is that an RTS? It looks like it, or like a third-person RTS. Not even sure. Never heard of it, but it's on PC. It's on Steam. I can just download it to my computer and try it out.
A 2-run home run is last time up. Miller has the sign.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab my phone. Maybe I can do it now before I forget.
Miller, now the windup. Ground smash right side.
And RTS.
Redmond
that's
heading for third. The play at third. Safe. And Choi has himself a single.
Oh.
Gonzalez, 1 for 2
So,
thus far. Doubled last time up.
All right, take care, dude. Got commercials here. Got the bottle of hand sanitizer. I gotta buy some more. I was on Postmates today. I needed some bread, so I Postmated some bread from a bakery, which is all great. I mean, as much as things are well, not kind of crappy, they're really crappy right now. as much as things are really crappy, I mean, if we're gonna be a pandemic and in 2020 has been kind of crappy, at least we've got all this technology that has made life easier. Could you imagine this happened? I don't know, even 10 years ago, 2010, or sheesh, especially 2000. You imagine if this happened in 2000? And everybody just be ordering pizza and that's it, and yeah, you could play video games, but gosh, man, you wouldn't have every single video game at your fingertips to download, you know, on your PS4, your Xbox One, or your Switch, or your PC. Like back then, what, year 2000. So most people still had their PS1s, their N64s. God forbid, if well, not God forbid, it was a great system, but I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, that at the time the Sega Dreamcast was out, so the Sega Dreamcast, PS2 was launching that year, later in October. So you had that, and yeah, you had PC games, but I guess you could download stuff on PC, but not everybody had that setup, and not it was dial-up back then. So, and you know, the cell phones, there's no social media, there's nothing, man. There is nothing. We all would have had to just basically stay in our house and kind of just watch the news and just wait until somebody's like, hey, we can all go out now. Like, okay, I'm out of my bunker. But here it's, you know, you can simulate real life for the most part. You know, you can simulate work. You can find ways to get things going. I mean, let's just say I went through sports withdrawal. That's for sure, because as soon as my room right now is, it looked like sports exploded into my room, because I've got stuff all over the place. I have about, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 hats outside of my room, placed all over the walls. I've got like 4 jerseys hanging in front of my closet so I can just see them. I downloaded pretty much not every baseball game, but about 90% of the baseball games released on the N64, PS1, PS2, GameCube, and I guess that stretches to the Xbox, even though I don't have an Xbox emulator. I have pretty much all those games. I've got some Game Boy ones and Super Nintendo and NES and Sega Genesis ones that I might have to look up, but that's a lot of stuff, man. I got a ton of things out. I've got 2 pennants, a Dolphins one and a Marlins one. I bought stuff. I bought a replica of Pro Player Stadium for the Marlins in the baseball configuration. I've got coasters of Marlins Park. I bought a new hat. I bought a new T-shirt. And I'm online basically trying to buy more stuff right now, because I'm basically making a mini collection of, like, a little museum for myself, because I can't experience sports in real life right now. You know? I've had a large hankering to go to the batting cages for some reason, you know? The most I've done is just played some stickball in the backyard of my sister's house with my dad. And I bought my nephew some baseball stuff. His first ever baseball bat, legit aluminum baseball bat. I was very happy that day, man. That was just awesome. I was so happy doing that. I've got my hockey stick, and I've messed around with the pucks outside in front of my porch. And it's it's been real, man. It's been real. It's been real. That's for shizzle. What was it?
Digs in.
I'm just trying to think of stuff to say. I mean, there's so much to say. But I don't want to say all of it, especially about sports, because I want to save it for episode 69. As far as video games is concerned, I've tried to
Fly ball, foul.
push it, keep it going with my video game playing. I downloaded the Pokemon DLC that dropped, and I finished that. And I'm about, I think I've collected every Pokemon for the most part, except for the ones that are on the Pokemon Shield version of the DLC. That one I haven't gotten, but I'll get to it. I'll get to, I mean, I can't find people to trade. Everybody wants like a shiny or whatever. I just don't have them. I just don't have shinies. I have not dedicated my cause to getting shinies or getting every Gigantamax form or any of that crap. It's too much. It's just too much. I can't.
The Marlins lead by 2.
I cannot.
Hey, sports fans.
I'm from the days of Pokemon, the first generation, Pokemon Yellow. That was me. Where there were 151. There were no shinies. There was no male or female. There were no forms. There was no Mega Evolution. There was no Gigantamax. It was just straightforward. And I would just catch them all. Okay? And my cousin gave me the Mew through, I guess, Game Shark. And that was it. That was it. I got the 151. All right, my best friend at the time had Pokemon Blue. His little brother had Pokemon Red. And I could get 151 right there. Boom, I got him. And he had Pokemon Stadium as well, which I think you can get a Mew at the end of that. So it's legit. It was you know, and then but then Pokemon Gold was my favorite, and Heart Gold, which had some stuff, but I think that generation, the 4th generation, I feel like that was the most complete without it being too much for me. Now, you have to make your Pokemon happy. You had the contests and ribbons and all that stuff. And yes, there's shinies and all that jazz. And there were 4 generations of Pokemon, but it was made simpler by the fact that you could trade online.
2 for 3 on the day.
You know?
Single last time up.
Trade online. You could just find every Pokemon that you needed like that. And for me, it just felt complete. It felt complete from there. And Black and White 2 came out. Black and White and Black and White 2. I skipped that generation. I skipped the 5th generation, the 6th generation with X and Y, and what was it, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I skipped those. And then I skipped Sun and Moon. And Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I skipped all of those. Because for me, it wasn't... They were adding things, but it wasn't like they were adding more to the story or anything else. They weren't making the leap that I thought they would make. So I'm like, I wasn't gonna get Pokemon. I was just not gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it on the 3DS. The DS I was fine. You know, they remade Gold. I'm like, we're in. If they ever remade Gold again, I'm back in. But
2 for 3 in the game.
what was it?
Single last time up.
What am I trying to get at here? But there wasn't anything for me
Hard ground ball
that
to the hole.
enticed me to get
He is out.
5, 6, and 7th generation.
1 out. Nobody on base.
But
Victor now ready.
a Switch version of it with a legit adventure, that was enough. It was a big enough leap, especially because I had skipped so many generations that going from 4th to 8th, double the generation. It's like, okay, there's significant changes here, but not so much so. I realized that that Pokemon's still pretty simple at its heart. Catch them all, battle. That's it. I don't do any of that EV stuff. And and the beauty of it is you can play it that way. And Giannis is a bit shaken up there. Milwaukee does not want him to get injured. They've got a big enough lead in the Eastern Conference that he could afford to. I think he just got scraped there. But they got a big enough lead that I think they could afford to have him sit a couple games. But I feel like they want to clinch that first place spot before letting him sit out for a bit. Anyways, where was I? I was talking about Pokemon. I mean, I was going to broadcast until this game ended here between the Rays and the Marlins. It's actually a pretty good game between those two. It's got slugfest all over it, in my opinion. That is the slugfest experience. Just a ton of runs, a little action as far as violence. Although, now that I'm looking back on this game, it's like this game wasn't as violent. I mean, the Karens of the day made it seem like these guys were basically killing each other. And this is tame. In the context of video games, this is a pretty tame video game. Heck, you would think that NFL Blitz and NHL Hits were more violent because those sports involve heading. And I don't know if I heard this or if I thought this. I don't know if this is like a Did You Know Gaming rumor where there was an NBA version planned and then the Malice at the Palace happened. Although really the NBA version of this is NBA Jam. But of course NBA Jam is not about violence, it's more about the arcadiness of basketball. But this is a very arcadey baseball game. Alright, there's not much to it. There's not much to it. Nice swift kick there, I like that. That's Hee-Sop Choi. Ray Sanchez. That was a 7-inning game. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, 7-inning games. The guys just said final out, so I guess we're going to come to the end of this broadcast. Unless this dude jacks one, in which case we're going to have a bottom of the 7th here. It's basically the same rules as the doubleheaders in Major League Baseball this year. And I don't know why you wouldn't die for that, to be honest. So the run comes in there. We've got Rocco Baldelli up to bat, the current manager of the Minnesota Twins, as he throws a little dirt towards Mike Redmond's way. Brad Penny, and that's going straight to Miguel Cabrera with a fancy backhanded catch. And that's it. The Florida Marlins of Miami defeat the Tampa Bay Rays. Mike Lowell's happy. Brad Penny is happy. All of these guys are happy. I love these guys. 2003 World Series champions. That's my team. That is my team. Okay. I've blathered on enough. Been 39 minutes. I'll see if I can run out this last minute and see if our sponsor decides to throw another ad up there. If not, then I'm crap out of luck. FanDuel on there. Well, in any case, I'm Francisco from Sports Goofs. Thank you all for watching this test. Our 69th episode comes on Tuesday. Very nice episode. Charles and Andrew will rejoin me, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Some kinks I got to get out of the way for sure. Love to get a higher res version of those score crawls there, but whatever. That's for me to take care of and not for you guys. In any case, I'm Francisco. We're done here. We're out. I'll keep watching this basketball game. I'm out. Hey, bye. Bye.